And it's when you're in play and playing a team hit, they can hit. Our did a tremendous job. Came out today and swung the bats well, and the very first batter of the game, I thought Webb made an incredible catch in center field and frustrated him a little bit, but we just kept battling at the plate and drawing walks and getting 2-out hits and 2-out rallies, and we just felt like the way the ball was carrying that really no lead was safe. And it was really good to see Hagan kind of kicking into gear about the third, fourth inning and, give us a few more and get through the sixth. And then obviously Zeb, he threw the ball great. He's, that's the Vermillion we need right there now. But that was really good to see. He, he's a guy that has experience, and he saved our bullpen for tomorrow. And, we had him penciled to go in first, no matter what the score is. And that's what we did. And we said, hey, let him go. And he can save some guys for tomorrow. And he did it.
You felt from my seat like Peyton Stovall's home run really was a big turning point in the game. How did it feel on the field? And what did you think of that?
It was a big swing because I think that those 2 outs, like 2 quick outs, and we got a runner on, he hits home run. And, all of a sudden, we've got a 6-run lead, 5 or 6-run lead at the time. And it just seemed like Smith, after he got that, he just went out there and started pitching and loosened up and throwing strike one and throwing his off speed for a strike. And, the more you get down, sometimes as an offensive team, you start pressing a little bit. And, the momentum definitely swung to our dugout with that 2-run homer. And all of a sudden we had like an 8-2 lead or something at the time.
I think 8 of your runs tonight were with 2 outs. What did you think about the 2-out approach?
It was great job with 2 outs, and a couple of them were forced in by walks. But that was just a really, really good inning. I mean, we looked like they were going to have a pretty quick inning, and next thing you know, they're changing pitchers and walk a couple guys in, and it was just we had some good innings and some really good at bats, especially with 2 outs.
So what was Hagan like? They had runners on base in the first and second, scored. What was the difference? What was he?
Yeah, he was throwing. Well, the first couple innings, he didn't have very good command. Nothing really. The off speed, he didn't command much at all. The first 3 innings, but after that, he started. He got a strikeout on a changeup. Got a couple breaking balls in there. I mean, it just kind of flipped for him. A lot of times, with the young guys, it just takes a little bit of time, and the stuff's there. Sometimes the mind gets ahead of the body. It just it can't catch up, and you got to slow the game down. And I think by us having a couple of longer innings, that really helped him calm down a little bit. And he went out and pitched really well. A lot of times when guys have too much time in there, they don't do well when they come out. And I feel like tonight it really helped Hagan when we put together a couple of long innings.
Coach, Brady Slavens doesn't have a hit in the series, but his last 2 at-bats, he drew the bases loaded walk, pretty good at-bat, fouled a few off, and then had the sacrifice fly. Just what are you seeing from him? And do you think that, what are you seeing from him when he's not at the plate? Is he frustrated, or is he kind of –
might have fouled another one off, and they tried to get him with a changeup, and he'd had a little trouble with that. And he'd laid off of it for ball 4. I thought that was a big confidence builder for him.
What can you say about the stretch that Chris Lanzilli's had for you? I mean, he's hitting over 380, 12-game hitting streak, really been consistent.
Well, he plays hard, and Chris is a little sick too. He doesn't feel good, but he doesn't want anybody to know that because he wants to play. And he's tough. And yeah, I mean, he gives you a good at bat. Sometimes he'll foul a pitch off and it won't look real good, but if you make a mistake, he'll hammer it. And he'll go the other way. And that's one reason his batting average has stayed up, because he'll shoot the ball to right field. And if you make a mistake middle in, he can hit it a long way, and he hits the ball hard. So he hustles down the line. He's legged out a few hits, and it's been really fun to watch him play.
And then you mentioned about Vermillion. I know you guys are still trying to, I guess, figure out what you're doing in the back end closer. Where does he fit into that conversation? And then what are your thoughts if you need, as far as who is your closer right now? Do you have?
We haven't thrown him yet this weekend, so I don't want to tell you. So you can figure it out. Let them figure it out when we bring him in. So no, with Vermillion, I mean, he's a real valuable piece of our bullpen. We're not saying he could finish games for us, and he proved that today. But we think he can go 2 or 3 innings. And today I think was his longest outing. I think we'd let him go 2 or a little more than 2. But he threw 3 strong innings, and his pitch count ended up being 44. But it's because he had 5 strikeouts. And he's a little bit of everything for us. He can come in the 5th, he can come in the 8th, 9th, whatever we need him to do that day. So he's got experience. His velocity was good today, mid-90s. And I thought the breaking ball was pretty good every now and then too. It was really good to see.
You've tinkered with the lineup a little bit and kind of moved guys around and kind of been like looking for the right, situation, but it seems like it's kind of coming into place a little bit. Just how do you feel about just the way it's, shaping up top to bottom?
So, we moved Peyton back to the 2 hole the other day and left Michael in the 3 hole and Lanzilli 4. I wanted to get Robert back to the 5 hole because I feel like Robert has a little knack for driving in runs. Slavin's hitting behind him and, leave Jalen right in there. Webb, we all know Webb's got it in there, but he's a really good defender and he brings some athleticism and some speed to our lineup, and we need that. If you make a mistake, you can hit a double or a home run. You saw that. And then, with Zach down at the bottom, it's like having another leadoff man. So, Wallace, who we flipped to the top last week, and, he's had an opportunity to drive in runs down there, he's done a pretty good job. Really the last couple of days, he's maybe had 1 or 2 little opportunities, but, it's kind of nice having him kind of clean up those guys that are at the end of the lineup that are really good on base guys. Okay.
Start with Peyton, so we'll jump in.
This is your first time getting to play in front of an environment like this on an SEC weekend. There's a basketball game going on. It might not be the full capacity, but just kind of what have your thoughts been on the crowds and just kind of being able to be a part of an SEC series like this?
This is why I came here for nights like these. The atmosphere is unbelievable. The fans are awesome. And, it's just a dream come true and blessing to be able to play SEC baseball here. And hopefully we can continue to keep things rolling and let this atmosphere and this crowd have even more stuff to cheer about.
How big of a momentum swing did it feel like on the field when you hit the home run?
I knew it was early when I hit it. And so I knew that there was still work to be done. I want to say, I think it was like in the 3rd or 4th when I hit it. And so I knew there was a lot of baseball to still be played left, and Kentucky, they can swing it. I mean, as you can see, their averages speak, volume of how good they can hit. So I knew that, we just had to keep tacking on runs and just continue to work counts and have good quality at bats.
What did the outing feel like for you? And you gave up a leadoff walk, and then you retired everybody else you faced. Can you kind of just take us through that walk and how you bounce back from it?
Yeah, coming in the game, I think it's a little bit of a transition coming from the bullpen mound to the game mound. And, after that first batter, I kind of lost a little bit, and then I just thought to myself, I just need to attack these guys. I mean, my stuff felt really good in the bullpen. If I can just trust myself to attack the zone, good things will happen, and they did.
What did you think of Hagen's performance tonight?
I think he did great. I mean, he might have struggled for 1 or 2 innings, but he kept his head down, attacked the hitters, kept confidence, and threw his best stuff at him, and it showed. And he really excelled after that.
What do you think it says for a freshman to pitch as well as he has, throughout the first I guess 4 or 5 starts, but then also to do it in his first SEC start like he did tonight.
It shows a lot about his personality and who he is. You know, he came into this program. He was already a good pitcher, knew how to throw all of his pitches for strikes, and just kept working hard throughout the fall and off season. And he earned his spot, and he's showing that he earns that.
Since you guys came back from Texas, I mean, you had the Southeastern Series, but you won 10 in a row. Just what's going right? What's happening for y'all right now?
Yeah, I think we're playing more as a team. You know, everybody's balled in, everybody's cheering for one another. It doesn't matter if you're 0 for 4, 4 for 4, the next guy up, you're cheering for them and you want them, you know, to have a really good at bat and to get things going. And so just everybody just being completely balled in. And I think that's ultimately what's gotten this team closer and what's caused these wins that we've had. And so I definitely think, you know, just keeping this momentum and just cheering for, you know, the guy next to you is definitely what's made the most of this run.
What are you seeing in the homestand?
I just see a lot of guys going out and competing for each other. It's not a me kind of attitude we have right now. Everybody, even if they're playing or not, they're all pulling for one another.
Kentucky came into this with, I mean, I'm sure you've seen their batting stats really high nationally. For you guys to hold them in check the way you've done the first couple of games, what do you think that says about the pitching staff and what's been going right for the staff collectively?
I think we had a really good plan coming into the series. You know, our video coordinator, Zach Barr, did a really good job of breaking down the hitters and telling us how to pitch to our strengths. And that's exactly what we've done so far is everybody's pitched their strengths and attacked the hitters with confidence and executed pitches.
All right, guys, appreciate the time.